Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy D Wayne bringing you yet another YouTube video at this time. So basically what you guys have on your screen is my Zing deck profile. So yeah, this was the build I was using in the video that I put up earlier today. So basically this is a request video from a gentleman named Fang the Shadow who posted the request on that video that I did. So basically what I'm going to do is just go into the deck list really quickly and just explain some of my choices and stuff like that. Alright, so basically first we run 3 New Secret of the Zings, 1 Tautui, 3 Swannies, 2 Biens, 1 Sifraxi, 3 Bixie, 3 Jiaotu, 2 Pulaos, 3 Chi Winds for the monsters. Now for spells, we run 3 Zing Paths, 2 Dark Holes, 2 Thunder Crash, 2 Cosmic Cyclones for spells. Traps, we run 2 Deep Prisons, 1 Lose Run Turn, 3 Zing Creations, 1 Skill Drain, and 3 of the 9 branches of Shiranui. So yeah, extra deck, I run 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, 1 Chao Fang, 1 Crystal Wing Single Dragon, 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, 2 Boxias, 1 Yazi, 1 Clear Wing, 1 Moonlight Rose, 1 Goyo, 1 Stardust Charge Warrior, 1 Armides, 1 Chan Brider, 1 Denlong Origin of the Zing, and 1 Herald of the Arc Light. So yeah, so that's the basic run through of the deck, so I'll just explain some of my choices. I run 3 Zephyr New because this is probably one of the most important cards in the deck next to Jiaotu, because you definitely want to get into this as quickly as possible so that you can either use it for high level single plays or for its destruction to search for any of your Zing spell or traps. So that's why I feel like he's definitely necessary in the deck at 3, so that you can use him through Jiaotu's effect, so you can use Synchro and so on and so forth. So I think he's very important and necessary for the deck, especially in this variant of the build. Alright, so yeah, I run the 1 Tautui because, as always, he's such a nightmare to draw into. You would want to keep him in the deck until you're ready to use him via your Zing's effects to special summon him out the deck. So only 1 is necessary. 2 to 3 will definitely clog your hand, so 1 is only necessary. Alright, that's that. So 3 Swannies, of course. 19 hitter, of course. Being able to give your synchros a 500 attack boost is always good. I run the 2 Biens because the battle effect is, while it's okay, it's definitely not the best ability to give your synchros, but it definitely can come in handy at times. So yeah, I run the 1 Sifraxi because I don't see him as entirely necessary. Of course, he can complete your skills with Zephyr New, and he can, when you special summon, he can turn any other monster into a tuner, but I myself don't find him completely necessary for the deck, but he is a Zing name, so he's there at 1. Alright, so 3 Bixies. Bixies, of course, you have to run this at 3 of. Being able to be immune to traps is a good thing, even though traps aren't the biggest thing at the moment. It's spells, but you still have the mirror forces and the ring of destructions and stuff like that, even deep prisons themselves. So battle traps are still played because I definitely play them. Even being immune to your own lose 1 turn and skill drain is always good, while your opponents have to deal with the fact that you're unaffected while they're affected by the skill drain, so they can't activate their monster's effects. So that's why I feel he's definitely necessary at 3. Alrighty, so 3 Jiaotu. Jiaotu is definitely the backbone of the deck. He is the crux of a lot of your synchro plays, and he can definitely get you out of a lot of jams. As long as his effect is not negated, he can definitely get you into a pretty decent synchro play, so that you can set up your advantage and continue your game through that. So yes, so now we have the 2 Pulaos. Like I said to you before, spells are definitely the big thing now, so I would say have your Yangzings or whatever your synchros unaffected by spells is definitely a priority, because you know Raigeki, Dark Hole, Pendulum Effects, those actually count as spell cards when they're activated, of course. And when their Pendulum Effects activate, they activate as spell cards. So if you have a Pendulum Effect that targets your synchros and they are unaffected by spells, the effect won't affect the synchro monster. Alright, so that's why he feels like he's necessary at 2. Of course, the 3 Chi Win. You definitely have to have 3 Chi Win because the ability to special summon itself from the graveyard when a Yangzing is destroyed by battle or card effect, and just his floating ability gives the Yangzings to be able to summon any other Yangzing in any position you like is actually really good. So yeah, he's definitely necessary as a 3 of. A lot of people tend to run 2, maybe even 1 of. I like the 3. I've always liked the 3. So he will continue to stay at 3. So yeah, so now we're going to the spells. Yangzing Path, of course. Definitely necessary at 3. Being able to shuffle back 3 of your Yangzings and draw 2 cards. Yes, please. Give me that. So yeah, this is really good. And especially, this is a monster heavy build. So paths are definitely good for a monster heavy build. Alright, so yeah. So now we have 2 Dark Holes. Basically, Dark Holes are Yangzing's best friends. They help trigger all the Yangzing's effects while clearing your opponent's board at the same time. So I don't see why you wouldn't maximize on a Dark Hole in a pure Yangzing build. That's why it's here. Alright, so next we have Thunder Crash. Thunder Crash is pretty good too. Almost as good as Dark Hole, but this one only affects your monsters, and since the effect is simultaneous with the with the activation, your Yangzings will not miss timing on their effects, so they will activate. So you can get a bit of burn damage and then trigger off your Yangzings effects to do their floating thing and stuff. So you guys already know this is why this card is good in here at 2. So get Cosmic Cyclone and run that at 2. Paying 1,000 to banish a spell and trap card on the field is actually really good. You can also banish Pendulum Scales since they're obviously counted as spells. So yeah, being able to banish the Pendulum Scales so that they can't reuse them, because pendulums are best in the extra deck or on the field. Banishing them outright, usually Pendulum decks don't have a way of recurring their banished stuff, so that'll definitely put a hurting on them. Alrighty, so next we're going into traps. 2D Prison. You guys already know how much I love Deep Prison. Deep Prison goes into just about any deck I play, so yeah, this is just a staple in my deck regardless of what deck I'm putting it in. Alright, so lose 1 turn. Obviously our favorite Floodgate next to Skill Drain, of course. Not controlling a special summon monster. Any monster special summoned has its effects negated and then changes to defense position. Pretty good. Everybody and their mama runs it. Honestly, I am very much opposed to using Floodgate cards, but I'm just using it in this build for now. So yeah, we have 3 Yangzing creations, of course. Super staple in the deck. This is what makes your Yangzings move. Because if you don't have this on your field, you're floating and you're not gaining any advantage from it. This makes sure you gain advantage in terms of extra monsters you get to summon on the field. So this card is definitely necessary at 3. So we have the other favorite Floodgate, which is Skill Drain. Skill Drain negates all monster effects, all monsters on the field, obviously except normal monsters because they have no effects. So yeah, keeping it simple on that, you guys already know. And now we have the new counter trap card, 9 branches of the Yangzing. I'm not going to go into much detail on it. Go back to my 9 branches video if you want more in-depth discussions about this card, but you guys already know, negates, destroys, and then destroys on your field Yangzing monsters or face-up Yangzing cards. So really good, definitely a staple at 3. Alright, so now we have the extra deck. First we have Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss. I run him because obviously I've run Scarlet Red Dragon. So yeah, combos, you can definitely go into this card. Jiao-2 definitely makes that happen. You can activate Jiao-2's effect, ditch, summon Nu and Chi-Win. Use Jiao-2 and Nu to go into Scarlight, and then synchro the Scarlight with the Chi-Win to go into Abyss. Alright, so that's definitely the best way to go about summoning this. Alright, then we have Big Xiao Fang, of course. This is still one of my favorite cards overall. You guys know what he does. Whatever attributes you use to summon him, you can negate, or rather the opponent can't activate those effects. So light effects stop Stellanites, dark effects start Burning Abyss and main deck Shadows. Earth starts Clease to a certain extent. Fire stops Fire Kings or Fire Fist, anything fire based. Jiao-2 is dark, so that goes along with Jiao-2. Nu is earth. Water would be like Mermels and Mono Atlanteans and Necros and stuff like that. Pula would stop Ritual Beast and Yosenjus and stuff like that. So any right combination of attributes can literally stop an opponent's deck cold. So that's why Xiao Fang is so freaking good. I will always have him in this deck. Alright, so that's that. Next we have Crystal Wing Single Dragon. Now you can also make this card rather easy in this deck as well. So basically Jiao-2, once again, Jiao-2 ditches. You special summon another copy of Jiao-2 and Swanee. You would sync Swanee and Jiao-2 into either Goyo or Star's Charge Warrior. I would go into Charge Warrior to get the draw, and then use the other Jiao-2 and Charge Warrior to synchro into Crystal Wing Single Dragon. So it is definitely possible to make it with the deck on its own. You don't need the Otamaya Zulkin to, make this. Here's looking at you, Lithium, putting Lithium putting Otamaya Zulkin in every deck when it doesn't need to be in every deck. So yeah, these cards can definitely be made without relying on that card. So I think Otamaya might end up being a limited or ban-worthy card. So depending on, the card is pretty much being abused right now because every deck can just about make it. Blue Eyes can make it, even Yang Zings can make it now. So yeah, the card is becoming very abusable, and they may look at that pretty soon. So I suggest you guys be careful with that. Alright, so yeah, we got a Scarlight Red Dragon. Artrine can be made, do Jiao-2, Bixie, and Swanee, and stuff like that. Any combination for you to make your 8s, you can definitely make this. Alright, it's pretty good, destroying special summon monsters and dealing 500 points of damage. Alright, next we have 2 Boxias. You guys already know about Boxia. Clears fields and wins games. You guys already know. Yazi is basically Yazi. You guys already know. Always a great card. Then we have a Clearwing Single Dragon. Pretty decent, of course, stopping monster effects that targets level 5 or higher, and when a level 5 or higher activates his effect, he can negate it and destroy it. And when he negates and destroys an effect monster, he gains that attack to his attack until the end phase of that turn. So really good, completely necessary, especially for a deck like this. Moonlight Rose Dragon, of course, basically a control card which allows you to when it's special summon or when a level 5 or higher is special summon, to put those back to the hand. Yeah, actually pretty good, very necessary, especially when you're trying to control a game to keep your opponent from pushing. Alright, so Goyo Guardian, Goyo's Goryeo, level 6, 28, very good. Starter's Charge Warrior is actually seeing a lot more play than I imagined, because it's generic, of course, and it allows you to get that draw. So it definitely can get you that draw so that you can do the draw it into your combo pieces so that you can do what you need to do to continue your game state. Aramides is definitely Aramides. It stops a lot of cards, especially if it's used against this deck. This deck can't really function when all of their cards are preventing from activating their effects. So this card is really good. Chambriar can be the instrument of many OTKs because its ability to attack twice and gain 200 every time it attacks is really good. Then we have the other new card, Danlong, Origin of the Yangzing. You guys should already have a pretty decent idea of what it does. If not, check back to my Danlong video and I'll give I'm more in depth with that in that video. So yet last but not least, Herald. Herald is still the force to be reckoned with. Chi-Win, Bien, Herald, no battle. Make a box here and begin the looping of the Heralds to get you a constant negate every turn. So really good indeed. Alrighty, so that is my breakdown of the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this build in the comments, and I will leave that at that. So I'll be bringing you guys more videos in the meantime. But until then, peace, YouTube.